Hello everyone, this is my 7th installment in my series on the Art of War by Sun Tzu, or the Sun Tzu Bing Fa. Last time we saw a statement about the 5 ways in which Sun Tzu judges how warfare is going to take place. He makes the statement that all of the generals must know about the 5 situations, and those who know will be the victors, and those who do not know will not win. Then I gave a brief discussion of this statement, which we'd seen before. So we're judging the 5 things in our planning and then searching for the circumstance. So now Sun Tzu is going to be telling us some of the questions that we need to ask when we're making those judgments. So he says, literally, yue, this means to say. To say. What does he say? He has several different questions, and they all use one grammar that we're going to need to become familiar with, and that is this shu. Okay, it's this character here, right? This means something like which, or in some cases, who. Okay, it's a question word. So in the first situation here, we have the leader. Okay, this is the leader or the leadership. Leadership. As for the leadership, this is our first topic. Here's our comment, which is a question. Which, we already know which, 有道. 有 can mean to possess or have. It can also mean to exist. In this case, it's more like have or possess. So we have 有 what? What do they have? 道. Dao we've already seen as one of those 5 elements. It's the way, or perhaps related to the idea of to guide. So which leader has guidance? Which leader is able to teach his people or guide them, give them the way, literally? Okay? So the way that this grammar works is we have perhaps A or perhaps AB, and then this character, shu. Oops. And then, in this case, C or C. So what this means is that among A, or among the A's, which is C? In this case, it's more like between A and B, which is C. So in this case, what we have is between the leaders, or among the leaders, who has the way? Who is able to guide? Who has guidance? Okay? Now our second question, we have the topic jiang. So among the generals, which 有能? We already know 有. What is 能? Ability, skill. So among the generals that we see in this conflict, who has ability? Who is able? Who is the one who's more skilled? All right? Once we know this grammar, we can very easily progress through the rest of these, right? So the next one, we already know Tian and Di. Those are heaven and earth, or in this case, more something like time and geography. Who? De obtains, or has, or possesses. To obtain. So what that means is who has the advantage of Tian and Di. Because if you remember from when we were talking about heaven and earth, or time and geography, it was all about what time of year is the conflict happening. So who's it benefiting in terms of time? And who is it benefiting in terms of geography? Who has the land advantage? All right? Very easy. We've been able to get through these rather quickly. This next one, fa and ling. So fa, we already know is a method or art. But ling, that means, so actually the handwritten form of it is more like this, to command, or command in a noun form, to command or just command. Who xing is able to implement it, to implement. Okay, so of the methods or the art and command, so issuing commands, who is able to actually implement them? Who is able to make good on what they plan? All right, very good. So far let's review before I move on to the next part of the line. We have of the leaders, who has the way, or who is able to guide. Of the generals, who is able, who is skilled. Of heaven and earth, or time and geography, who obtains it, who has that advantage. Of the fa and ling, of the method or art and command, who is able to actually implement it. All right, so now we continue on. He gives us some more questions to pose. So we can draw the lines right here. The first one, Bing, we already know is the military, the infantry. Now, zhong is just the masses, the people. Okay, so of the infantry and the many people, who is strong? Qiang is strong. So we have of the militaries, basically, of the people involved, all of the individual people collectively taken together, whose is stronger? Easy. Shi and Zu, these are just different types of military people. Zu is soldier. Shi is, in some periods, it's something like an official, or here it's more just like a warrior. So of the warriors and soldiers, which of them are lian, trained? So what we have here is which of the soldiers of the people involved in the warfare are better trained. And then here we have to praise, shang, and to punish. Okay? Of praise and punishment, whose is Ming, clear? To be clear. So what he's saying is that which one of the sides has very clear definitions of what is to be praised and what is to be punished, and make sure that they actually follow up on those definitions. So you want to make sure that you are praising the people that are doing the good things for your military and for your state, and you want to make sure that you're punishing those who do not deliver on what they're promising or do not work for you and actually contribute to the state. Okay, so let's do a quick overview before I end the video. We have, Sun Tzu is offering us some questions that we need to pose when we're doing the judgment. The first is of the leaders, who has the way, or who is able to guide. Of the generals, who is the most able, who has ability. Of heaven and earth, or time and geography, who obtains it, meaning who has that advantage. Of Fan Ling, of the method or art and the command, who is able to implement them. Of the military and the masses, who is stronger. Of the warriors and soldiers, whose are trained, whose are more well trained. And of the praise and punishment, whose is clear, who clearly implements praise and punishment. All right, so those are the questions that we need to be asking when we're judging how our conflict is going to take place. Remember, this is coming after Sun Tzu is telling us what are the 5 different categories which he must judge. These are the questions that he's using to judge those 5 categories. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.